let's start show, because Waves is, I mean, Waves made the move. Waves made its move last night, baby. Or was this? Yeah, middle of the night last night. Actually, I can put a video out when I was doing this thing. Yeah, back here on the EU brinks, I was talking about all this nonsense. Actually, before here, because it had just gotten above. Talked about looking for a retrace on this guy. I mean, this would have been it right here. Like, you didn't have much time. That's why I talked about just taking an order here. Not normally what I do, but it did look bullish at the time on this cross up. I didn't have the 5/12 here earlier, but I could see it was imminent that RSI was in position, all that good stuff. Let's see. Last night, yeah, when I was looking at this, I didn't have my RSI up, and then I caught it down here. I caught this expansion going on. So what I suggested was, yeah, you could chase this guy, you could buy it, but have an understanding that price could easily come back into this area here, to 208, down to 207.14, and be prepared for that. Right now, price is chopping sideways. U.S. Brinks is opened, and we're really not seeing much just yet. But my expectation is to see, as forming pretty good, is to see price come up. These come into the 800 again. I mean 200. This is 200 up here, orange. Just like it did here, right? What would that give us? From current price, it's only 1%. Not good enough. But that's not where I'm looking for it to end. I'm just looking for a price to come into that first step, right? So I wouldn't be looking to take trades here at this point if you're not in this thing already. If you are from yesterday's call, I mean, should take as a profits. This is a decent move. Kind of showed you the breakdown right after the EU brinks opened. Yeah, it just gave it all back. And you can see how they do it, right? Price rose before the brinks. They dropped it in. They open. This is 30 minutes before, right? 30 minutes before the EU opens, they start rising price. They drive it through the brinks box, only to bring it right back all the way through and then give it all back. So this right here at the top of this range, we didn't see a lot of buying candles up here. So I don't know, this is a little suspect to me, a little sus. I do still think on regular oscillations the price could get up into the daily open. I don't know if I'd be looking at this as a long at this point. I mean, it's 2%. It's also a psychological high. I think psychological lows right here. So I mean, we're like pinned in the middle. This isn't really a good place to be. I'd rather see price drive down and come back up or something. But ultimately, this is the box I'm looking for. I think price will come down in here. It seems kind of muted. Let's see what Bitcoin's up to. There it goes. Bitcoin's putting in the move. That should mean Waves is going to get going. And would I take a trade based on Waves popping? Yeah, I would. I'd take the trade. I'd take this trade on the 5 over this cross, and it would look something like this. Right at the 50. Yeah, boom. I'd take it. And I'd use the Brinks box just underneath the breaks. It's only 0.18. Pick up 0.25. That's my first take profit. It'd just be 1% then. And again, this would be how these candles built, right? So, you know, this thing could just rocket ship up, but this would be first take profit area somewhere in here, getting back into where the EU sold off from, right? It's probably somewhere in this range, and then be looking for some higher stuff here, because once it gets up here, it's going to deal with this area. So that's where I would take my second profit. Actually, that might even be my first profit take area, to be honest with you. But so taking a buy at 2125. Second take profit area. So get about 12% in here, 28% here. I'm running 10x's, so you can double that up if you're running 20s. I don't recommend it, man. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth the risk. I mean, these things turn on you on a dime. Let's get some trend lines up here on this little guy. How's that look? How's that looking? Yeah, I'm not trying to get the bottoms or anything. What I'm trying to do is I want to get a middle line. I'm going to get my rotated in now and then do this. Yeah, I want to find the noise. Try to anyway. I like this works. Not like it works all the time. But what we can begin to get a sense of is I want price to now, instead of trade, at least stay up above this. It may spike down in low before it really runs up. But the point is now I get to see, is price going to roll in this lower channel, or is it going to get more aggressive into this upper channel, right? Or just fall right out of it. Because it's used this since, let's see, it's been making higher lows. It's 1 in the morning. Yeah, that's about it. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's the 3 minute. Let me get on the 5. What am I looking at? The 3, 4. Oh, it looks a little cleaner. Look at that. Looks a little bit cleaner. Because now you can see spike low. This is the noise I'm talking about. You know, but here we go. That's why I would take a trade in here. That's what I suggest, and look for this to pop up into this upper channel. What we end up doing is hopefully getting ourselves really quickly into a risk-free trade. Stokes for down. This is actually really where you want to be. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. SNX. It looks like SNX is getting going. There we go. Something showing some life. This looks like it'll probably turn into a vector. Yeah, they got an early one. So again, we see green vectors come into the charts. Not like you buy them, right? That's not what you're trying to do. Actually, if you see green vector at the lowest point of the chart, yeah, you may want to buy alongside that. If you have that, like this blue candle, but look at what came after, right? So it's not necessarily what you want to be doing. I'm more of a fan of the retrace. Have price come back, let you know it's for real, sit above the 50 like here. You know, stuff like this. Price gets away, runs to the upside, and instead of chasing this, and getting buys up in this range, you let it come down into the 50. Use the 50 as your guide. And you create something like this. Where instead of trying to catch this guy, I mean, if you were lucky, you could have gotten in here, but you know. If you're playing this cross, so this is a 5, this is a 13. If you played it over the 50, you're buying in this candle right here. Right, that's after the cross. So if you bought the 5 over 12, you're buying down here, which is great, but a lot of these don't work. A lot of the 5 over 12s just roll over and, you know, just flush you. So you have to be careful of that. So SNX, I mean, looking like it wants to do something, but yeah, got the New York Open. Yep, their Stokes were down as well. That was a perfect shot. So that's a little trick. Not trick, you know, but if Bitcoin's 5-minute Stokes are down, that's what you're looking for when you take an entry, because what you'll likely get is a pop out of Bitcoin, which you can see is being put in, you know, pretty aggressively right now. So we got this nice green bar, and you know, Bitcoin likes to stack these 5 minutes, so it should give us a couple to the upside, which in turn will get waves going, I think, in a pretty good direction, because we're off 1.78% on waves, and they'll probably catch up, probably get all that back. You know, we'll probably get all that back. So all right, that's where we go on waves. Solana already up. Yeah, Solana looking double toppy right now. Double toppy, 5 minute. What's what we got in the 3? Yeah, I'd be looking at shorts on Solana right now, to be honest with you. The structure not looking so hot. I mean, for a long anyway, it's looking pretty good for a short setup right here. 0.4 is a little bit on the high side, but I mean, that's what you could use as your top. Get out of there. Where would I expect price? Actually, I'd expect price to come into this range right down here. So 2.3% is actually pretty, that's pretty good. I'd take that. I'd take that. Because that's like first stop right here. You know what I mean? So yeah, getting in, I mean, getting pretty quick. Let's just say anywhere in this range right here. It's New York Open. This New York Open would have been fine. After this was created here, these two bars and these two right now, you're gonna have to watch the bottom of the Spring box, see how price reacts, because if Bitcoin's on a tear, it may just take Solana up with it. Even though it's up 4%, Solana could go up another 4. You know what I mean? Like it's not out of the question. In fact, if I think I talked about this in one of my different videos. No, I didn't make a video of it. But if Solana can get back to this level right here, make it blue, perfect. If Solana can crack. Nope, it's called 2250. What do you think is going to happen? Yeah. Oh, we didn't get into that. Well, I could tell you that it's got this local high, this local high. So, 2330, 24 flat, almost 25. So, I mean, ultimately, this 4 hour, how's this 4 hour look? We're going up. It's 4 hours up. It wants to take this, you Yeah, it wants to take this up, this 800 cross. Where's VWAP? Let's go check on VWAP. Trading above the VWAP. Why does it look like this? Oh, probably haven't set. Let's get the bands off. Thank you. Done. So yeah, trading above the VWAP is actually pretty good. It's got to hold that. It's got to hold that. Boom. That came in fast. That came in fast, boy. Whew. Yeah, you gotta be Johnny on the spot with some of these. So, I mean, man, that worked pretty quick. So, don't even have to think about it. 1.1%. Bouncing right off the 200 right now. And you got VWAP down here. Well, we're going to see. Because that'd be TP1. This is TP2 down here. TP1's 800. I mean 200. I usually always use a 200. So that was quick. All right. What else we got? Waves. How'd waves do? Oh, waves just gone, man. Woo! And what did it do though? Where'd it go? Right where I thought it would. Right into this box. This is what I talked about. If you're gonna take this trade, know full well. Don't take it all. I talked about this last night too on this move. Don't take everything, because this thing could be 4% cheaper. You know, in an absolute heartbeat. And here we are. Man, this thing stabbed all the way down. That's why trading the open's tough. Now, what you would do, start looking for longs on these, right? Depending on how RSI looks. Man, that came in hot. What did SNX do? Same thing. Not nearly as aggressive. Same with Pepe. Pepe's below. Where's OP at? I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, everybody did it. Everybody did the thing. Put a big old wick to the downside. Let's get a 5-minute up on you. Phantoms, Ethereum. Yeah, we all did it. Well, this looks like a classic turn and burn to me. So, in playing both of these, right, what would happen was I came in here and said, hey, I would have taken this long, potentially right here, right, and would have been stopped out of this thing 0.25%, so 2.5% to the downside, flushed. But I came over to Solana and took a short because Solana was already elevated. Solana was up 4%, right? So, and the posture was such that it appeared that the RSI right back here was crossing down. Even though this Stokes was down, RSI did not look good. It still doesn't. I think this is going down, to be honest. Even though it popped back up, it's all going to be based on Bitcoin, really. See Dixie. Actually, yeah, this bad boy. I think this bad boy's coming down, baby. 22-2. All right, not bad. Not bad entry. This is a bad entry. Hey, listen. You want to play with the New York Open, this is what you get sometimes. Sometimes you get just knocked around, right? That's why you stops. And you can see, too. I mean, this is why you can't determine when this bar is being made if this is what's going to happen, right? You just don't know. And that's why you want to wait until you get some confirmation of price coming back up. Okay. And then when it starts to sit up onto the second channel, then you can start considering taking some longs, right? After it comes in, uses support, okay, maybe you buy this one. And you catch a little, get into a positive situation. Now, what did this mean? Well, maybe it meant you could move your stops, right? Did it mean you take profit? 0.5%? I mean, 5%, sure, you could. But again, we're hunting for stuff like this, right? We're hunting for stuff like this. I just happen to be on the long side, looking for waves to pop up, and the play was for a pop down first. But the Solana saving the day with a great short. I'll be honest, I think this thing, I would not be an investor in Solana. Let's put it that way. Some deep problems here. But this needs to hold up here. So this 5 minute Stokes is coming down. If this rattles around down here for any amount of time, it is going to drag this price lower. So probably it better stop at VWAP. It better stop at the VWAP. So here's where I'd be watching. Let's check now. Let's see the 1 minute. Yep. And the 1 minute is dragging ass, dude. This thing is going down further. Yeah. Let's see the 15. So does it like to reverse early? Every now and then. And you know what? That reverse early didn't do squat for it. Didn't do squat. So, being down low, already got its pump. What are we doing here? Oh yeah, baby, this is bearish divergence, my friend. This is going to play out to the downside right now, in my opinion. Because what do we have here? Well, we got price going higher as RSI is setting in lows, going lower. But more importantly is where this RSI did it. Where it did it. It was about to go into bullish control and then turn right around and drop like a stone. All right. And here we go on some big volume bars. Bye-bye. Solana's Solana's gonna take a bath right now. Yeah, I would look for the 800 to play out. Probably coming into it may even come in the daily open. Daily open all the way back here, all the way down here. Oh my days. Yeah, 8 p.m. there it is. That's gonna be a good trade. So where are we right now? 1%. Yeah, so basically up 10 in Solana, down 2.5 in on waves, trying to catch a long over there. Right here. But that's the game. that is the game. Now what are we looking at waves? You know what? I wouldn't even touch it. I wouldn't try catching along here yet. I smell a rat. I smell a rat. Yeah, look at that. RSI didn't get up. Did not get up. Rolled over halfway. I mean, Stokes could rattle around down here on Bitcoin for a minute on the 5, and you know, that's not going to do well. That's not going to do well for anybody. So, well, let's see what the 1 minute. 1 minute's checking up. There we go. All right, did we just? Maybe they're doing a little bit of a clear out down here. Up, down. Let's see the play. So VWAP came in. All right, where's the Brinks from yesterday? It's EU. And here's US. We're all the way down here. We are all the way down here. US Brinks. But listen, the play may very well be coming right back up into to the EU session. There's an EU session right here for Bitcoin. So we took out this local high. It's only 5 minutes, so let's not get our panties in a bunch. But I mean, it gives it a target, gives it something to go after to the upside. I guess if it clears it, where are we in the M? We're in the middle of the M2. All right. Well, if Bitcoin holds, yeah, make these a little wider. It looks like they're coming into the EU Brinks here. Yeah, I can see it just march on up, but here's where it's gonna potentially have some issues. And I have to attack this this local high right here. You know, but I'd expect Bitcoin to be able to do this, no problem. Come right on up. Bang, rip that EU Brinks box. And maybe attack the daily high if that's what's in play. I mean, Dixie's still hurting. Trying to put in a bar to the upside. Let's get back on waves. Man, that was it right here. This was the box. This was the buy. Now, I didn't do it, but in a situation like this, where, you know, I took the long up here, even suggesting that, hey, this thing can go 4% lower. Bottom line is, if I was watching this and not over on Solana while this move happened, I may have taken an order here as this came into here. I may have taken a market order long with anywhere from 10 to 25% of my position. Just kind of would have depended how I felt about it at the time. To get that gut, you know, get that gut instinct and grab something in here. Probably wouldn't have been that good, to be honest with you. Be lucky if it would have been like 286.3. But hey, right now, using this box, using the psychological low as a logic to say, hey, I'm going to put some my early orders in down here, my stab orders, say 1 or 2 of them, you know, who knows? This would have been a great spot. I mean, this is where I thought it was going from back here. This is ultimately where I thought price was gonna end up. Here. I thought it was gonna chug its way on down, probably a little quicker, but get into this box. Even said it probably might even stab low into here with just a wick. What do we got? Right now we just got a wick. So let's see how price recovers, getting itself back into the EMA cloud, the 50. You know, that's going to be its first step, because right now it's just a falling knife, right? You have no idea if this is just going to get checked down at the 5. I wouldn't be buying here. This is not advisable. I wouldn't be shorting here. It's not advisable. So you just no trade to take at this point. You need to let things develop and let them happen. So this is why I say I wouldn't have had orders just sitting here, because you never know. It could stab in, just keep on going, right? Keep on going to the downside. But as this develops and you see this come in, this is where you just grab a market order. Hits the box. If you're lucky enough, maybe you can get in a limit. But I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. Ugh. But I was best priced to chop around in here now. Heavily dependent on Bitcoin. You know, what the hell Bitcoin's doing. So I'm going to be checking out Bitcoin a little bit more often today, it looks like. You guys see what she does at the VWAP. Came up through the Brinks box, which is nice. Now we got to see it close. It's at the 200 already. Oh, looks like it's going to bounce on the 200 and keep going. Yep, look at that. Look at that. Right on schedule, thank you. Right on schedule. So I did not write any timestamps down. Not good. But this means, all right, where's waves? Bang, waves looks like it's going to follow suit. Now, if you were feeling frosty and you felt like you needed to get into a trade, maybe use your RSI as a guide, but here is the problem. As RSI comes out of this bearish control zone, just like up in the bullish control, you could potentially see price make a lower low before it recovers. So even if price rattles around in here too long in this bearish control zone, you could see price come in and still stab low before it gets going. Just remember that. But yeah, man, I just wasn't watching at the right time. Shame, shame, shame. Well, it's not a shame, but the reality is this was get stopped out of that. But I was over here looking at Solana, which just gave some nice down, like, instant. Should have known what was going on, to be honest. Everybody did the move. Hey, Pepe didn't go down too much. Now, that's interesting. It's very interesting. I'm going to keep an eye on my Pepe coin here. Because it looks like from this little structure here, no, we didn't do it yet. Didn't do it yet. How far does this go back? Yeah, look at that. Alright, so it's off of this. Off of that line, there's a little some noise up top. Keep an eye on that. It's going to be very interesting when it comes into VWAP, 200, and a trend line. So you're going to want to see it bust through this with some authority when it comes back up to it again. Where are we on the 1? So this is Pepe. So right, this retrace is too much. Wouldn't have been able to buy that. So cuts across, let's see, rise. So what you're looking for now, when it pumps above the 50, when it comes in and retraces, just like it did here, came in and touched the 50. This would be a buy area, right around the 50. Right, as it comes in and touches and gets away. Now, it did come in and violate, went below, and that's what you got to guard against, and understand that sometimes this likes to, you know, shake people out of positions. But what do we get here? Stopping candle at the 50, and then boom, it's pretty much off to the races after that. What did it give us? So right around the 50 would have been the buy area. Yeah, that was the move last night. It wasn't big, but once again, this is what I'd be looking for. You could argue this is the retrace, but the problem is it's really deep. Doesn't look like it's holding now. Stokes are low. RSI's curling down. Oh boy. This is gonna be one of those days, huh? One of those days, baby. SNX putting it in down. Oh yeah, hello.